Are you good? If not, let's get good. I'm good, and this is a good look at Super Dungeon Run. So I was getting ready to hop on here and give sort of my first negative feedback to an indie game that I've looked at, but thankfully I waited too long to do it, or long enough if you think about it the right way, and they actually patched the thing I had the biggest problem with. So before, you would unlock these new classes and these new items just by leveling and buying them and stuff. The problem was that it would then include all of these potions in the available chests. I should probably explain what the game is. So this is a roguelike game where you go down the floors of a dungeon and you start out with just peasants, and then as you go you find red chests which contain outfits, and the outfits give the peasants a different class. And you also find blue chests with potions in them, and they give you randomly from your list of potions. Now, before the patch that changed this, you couldn't unequip these once you'd learned them, so every time you learned another potion it just decreased the chance of you getting a health potion, which was really bad. Thankfully, they have patched it, and now we have these little equip arrows that are awesome. So we're going to take the game for a spin with these new changes, toggling on only the ranged classes because I find them to be more effective overall, and I'm toggling on only the health potion. We're going to go ahead and just jump into the main dungeon. So the main dungeon is a little bit different than, say, quest dungeons, because there are dungeons for quests. Okay, so I'm starting here. We just opened this chest. We got 2 snipers and a wizard, I believe it is. It may be a mage, something of that nature, a spell-flinging thing. So then we just keep moving through the dungeon, and this is timed, and those are traps on the floor, and these are enemies that we're taking out along the way. And the real difficulty to this game, the real challenging part, is that it's kind of like steering a bunch of baby deer on ice skates. And if you get a guy who's too far back like that wizard was, you can actually lose them and they will detach from the group and you have to go back to get them if you want to keep them. So it's a lot of, as you can see, I'm sort of steering with the mouse. Not a super complex control scheme, the only thing you ever really do is left click and drag. However, it does have some depth to it because the traps are really difficult to sort of swing around with the way the guys move. Alright, so we made it through floor 1. Did we get good time? We did get good time. So because we killed all the enemies and collected all the gold and beat the fast time, we got excellent rewards. And since this is the main dungeon, I was talking about this before, so I might as well finish up. Here we have a blue chest that will have a potion in it. Since this is the main dungeon, you basically just go as long as you can. It's kind of like an endurance mode. It's how far can you get down, and you get rewards based upon how far down you make it. Now there's also quest dungeons you can pick up. I don't know that you can complete this. I don't know that there is a floor limit on this, because when you talk to people about it in town or you read about it, it says something to the nature of nobody knows how many floors are in the dungeon. So I'm assuming it just kind of goes on forever, which is fine. That's actually kind of great. It gives you a chance to take all the things that you unlock doing quests and test them out and see what the coolest little, most efficient thing you can come up with is. So here we have a bunch of guys that got detached. We're going to pick them back up. And because of how long this is taking me so far, we're probably not going to get the time for this, but we're going to try for it. Part of getting the time on these floors is just accepting you're going to lose guys and not sweating it too much, but you do have to be careful because if you lose too many, then you don't finish the floor. As long as you can finish the floor, there's a pretty good chance that you'll pick up more peasants on the next floor. And sometimes, if you're really low, the game will put you on a floor with nothing but peasants, which is really nice. Well, peasants and chests. Yeah, see, we were too slow there. That's okay then. We did get some iron and some gold. Iron is used for crafting upgrades and stuff, and gold is used for purchasing things at the market. Okay, so we got a couple more wizards. That's good, because they're really solid range DPS. Sorry, something in my throat. Alright, and they AoE, which is why I set them as one of our classes that we're limited to. We also are getting just healing potions, so I'm going to go ahead and pop one of those. You pop those with the 1, 2, and 3 key. I believe this game is designed so it can be mobile as well, so I'd imagine you'll pop them with your finger on mobile. But that being said, this is actually a really nice melding of a mobile and a PC game with the added depth. Before that, when you couldn't select, it felt like a pretty sort of empty mobile game because you couldn't do anything really interesting with it. It was just you unlock classes and then you played them. I'm not going that way because that's the exit. The exit is always down that way, so I usually go up here and explore first, and it is a good thing we did because we got a whole bunch of gold, another class, and another peasant. Now that opened the doors so that we could go back around that way, but there's really no point. So I'm going to come back this way and try and run down this hallway. Maybe we still get a good time? No, we've got more rooms to explore. We could still get a good time. I usually try not to think about it too much because you never know what the floor time is, so it's not worth worrying about whether you're going to make it. You just kind of go. And we lost a lot of guys there. I kind of set those traps off on purpose a lot of the time though, just because you basically can't trip those more than once. And we were a bit slow there. That's okay though. We still got iron and gold. I'm gonna try to speed up for this floor, so I may not be as talkative, but I probably will be. We've got a nice small group now, and it's actually easier to keep a small group going than it is a large group, because the large groups just end up getting split a lot more. Yes, yes, come on. Get him, get him, get him. Get him, get him, get him. Get the big guys. Take the big guys out first. The big guys are trouble. Oh, and now we're starting to see the weakness of this particular build, I think. We just don't have enough straight-on damage to take out those big guys in a quick fashion. I think it would help us to have some knights, maybe? They do hit slower, but they hit just really hard, and that's kind of what we need, because we've got fast enough hitters with our mage and our grenadier, yeah, sorry. I'm gonna talk a little bit, actually, right now. That reminds me I want to talk about the art style. We hit everything on that floor, so we got 2 stacks of gold, and we unlocked another mage, which is great. So, the art style for this, I really like it. In fact, I really liked that loading screen art style, because it doesn't have the one problem that I'm seeing in the game right now, and I'm not sure why this is the case, but if you take a look at the characters, everything else is nice and smooth, but the characters actually have pixelated edges, and I'm not sure if there's just like no anti-aliasing on them. Actually, you know what? Now that I look at it, it looks like the peasants are pretty smooth. It's just the other classes, so maybe they just haven't dealt with those textures entirely yet. See, the enemies are nice and smooth, but you can really see it on the grenadier and the sniper. I mean, you can see it on the mage as well. There's just that jagged edge. It's not a big deal, but it's something that I've noticed that's sort of consistently bothering me. Oh, we were 1 second too slow. If I hadn't stopped to show the jagged edges. See, there's no jagged edges there, but there is on all these guys. But not on the peasants, it looks like. So I'm guessing that's just a texture thing, and that'll probably be fixed in the future. I have no doubt that the devs will be able to fix something like that, considering that they did basically read my mind and add in exactly the feature I was going to suggest they add in with those toggles. Oh nice, we got a bonus for clearing the room. And we lost a sniper. Yeah, we're probably going to die right here. Get him, get him, get him, survive. Nice, room cleared, 30 gold. Potions, yeah, I gotta remember we have those. And open sesame. Oh, there's 3 guys over there. We're gonna go back up this way because I think we opened that iron door. Hopefully we find some guys in here. I would really like to find some peasants. So far, no peasants though, just gold. And enemies, lovely. Potions, use potions. Get the gold. Oh, no, 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 no. Fire trap. Oh, come on, guys. We are out of potions, so now it's all on them to get the damage done. We're down to 2. I've actually never had this happen before. Usually I lose the whole group in a fiery burnout. Oh, yes. We got more peasants. Okay, we have a chance. Come on, guys. Listen, stop running and hitting crates and stuff and do what I tell you. This is another thing that's kind of annoying. They'll just go after crates because they're trying to find you items. but it's still kind of obnoxious when you're just trying to move. We could really use the speed bonus from this floor, and I don't think we're going to get it. But I'd like to try for it anyway, just because if we do, it'll help us recover a little bit more. I'd love to have one of these guys get turned into a mage. Come on, come on. Did we make it? Did we make it? Oh, 2 seconds. That's the thing that really stings, is when you're that close. But we're doing pretty good. We're on floor 8. I'm not sure that I've actually been this deep before. So maybe the new controls are actually kind of good and make the game a little more interesting. I actually really want to thank the devs. I'm super stoked that when I turned the game on, that was already like done. Like, you guys foresaw the incoming thing and dealt with it. And that may be because it took me a while to get to this and a couple other people have reviewed it. But that's perfectly fine. All I know is that when I turned the game on to do my review, it was fixed nicely. Alright, next room. Next room, next room. More guys. This is good. This is very good. Come on, guys. Stay together. Stay together. End of the floor? Yes. Did we make it quick enough? Please make it quick enough. We need a mage. Ah, 1 second. Oh, we got a sniper, though. That's okay. That's good. I will take a sniper. Snipers are awesome. Snipers are basically the ranged equivalent of knights. They hit really hard, but slow. Mages AoE and Grenadiers AoE. I have trouble saying that. I don't know why. Speaking of classes, I would honestly love to see a rogue class, since this is sort of a roguelike. I think it'd be very nice to have a class that could actually, you know, disarm traps. But I can understand why they wouldn't want to put that in. I mean, it would obviously need to have some drawbacks, otherwise people would just pick entire groups of rogues. You could make them terrible at combat, I guess. You could make it so they can't survive on their own in combat. I may end up cutting through a bunch of these floors, though, because I don't want you guys to be waiting around forever. I don't know how far we're going to make it. And we died. Okay, so there we go. Like I said, I usually kill the entire group in a fire trap, just like that. We did make it to floor 12, though, which is like, oh, new for me. And we unlocked Troll Slayer and a new piece of gear for our warriors. So I'm going to go back to the village real quick, and I'm going to show what the market and stuff looks like now that we've got some stuff to show. So we can craft an upgrade to the iron bark decoction, but we need 5 wood for that, which we don't have. Let's see if we can do any of those warrior upgrades. We are short on wood for the warrior upgrades as well, which is disappointing. We have all these, we have all the outfits, because they did not add a rogue. Let's go over to the tavern. So here we have side quests. You complete these for additional rewards. Party size is how many guys you start with. Hero training is the level of those guys. Starting floor is how many starting floors get skipped when you pick a dungeon. So I'm saving that for last because I don't really want to skip floors. And quest bonus is how much you get for completing quests. And then we'll take a look at the quests. So here we have all the quests, and you unlock them as you level up. Apparently I've only got 1 more left to unlock. But you can click this little bag icon and you can see what rewards you're supposed to get from this quest. So for example, if I'm looking for wood, then I should be doing, it looks like bootleg booze? Yeah, I should be doing bootleg booze. It's going to give me less experience and less gold, but it's going to give me 3 wood instead of the 1 wood, 1 iron, and 2 leather that I would get from doing Troll Slayer. Troll Slayer. I thought it was Troll. Alright guys, that's it for this good look. I hope you enjoyed it. I think that this game is definitely going places. I feel like it's a much stronger game now that they made that change, and I feel like a dev that's going to recognize that kind of need this quickly and fix it this quickly is probably going to keep working on pushing out an even better product. So definitely take a look at Super Dungeon Run, definitely consider picking it up.